Welcome to Colleen's Chats, where I chat about whatever I want to, and I normally do my makeup, my nails, or something. So today I'm going to do some makeup. Also, my mirror is kind of off to the side. That is why I'm looking that way. I'm also renovating. That's why there's no skirting boards. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about Michaela Nigura. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I've also never, just as I'm saying that out loud, I've never looked into to see if she changed her name when she got married. Not that I think she had to. It's kind of irrelevant to what I'm going to talk about, but literally just popped into my name, and that's my dog going off downstairs, and I don't know how to stop her barking. And whenever I look up ways to stop your dog barking, it just feels a little cruel, the stuff people do. Also, there's people doing some work outside. Trust the process with the color, by the way, as well, because it will turn out okay. And every time I go to record a video today, there's someone doing some work outside, and it's driving me crazy. So let's just get into the video. So she recently posted a video. So before I start any of this, I want to say I like Michaela. I follow her. I keep up with her videos. I don't watch them religiously or anything like that. I've never gone out to buy a product that she recommended, have to make sure I tried it straight away or anything like that. I don't care anything about her voice being fake or any of that BS that people talk about. I just know I'm okay with watching her videos every now and again and kind of living vicariously through her experiences that she has got from being an influencer. But I did stop and watch her video the other day when she posted about everything on social media being fake. And I have some thoughts about it. Middle of panning things, so I got one of these scrapers, which is really good. So I'm just going to list off the main kind of points she had in her video, and they were that she wants to be more relatable, and all these points confused me after her next couple of posts, and that's why I'm kind of making this video, because it doesn't really make sense. She's kind of just pulling a Jacqueline Hill on it, I think. But yeah, so she says she wants to be more relatable. She met up with an old friend recently, and she realized that she'd lost herself. Everything is fake in her life, and everything on social media in general is fake. And she wants to change, but nothing has really changed, because her next post after this was about her doing an ad for Let Me Purr, Kourtney Kardashian's brand of vitamins, and it's basically meant to make your smell or taste better. And Michaela starts off the video, so she goes on this 10-minute long video basically saying she wants to be more relatable. What content you guys want? Do you not want me to share designer bags? Do you not want me to promote products? What do you want? Rah rah rah. And looking through the comments, I think there was people that were oh my god, she's finally getting it, she's finally listening to it, we just want more relatable stuff, we don't want so many products pushed to us. And I get that, because sometimes I spend a lot of time consuming content on either YouTube or Facebook, because I don't feel like I'm being sold stuff as much on them platforms. I'm gonna have to get my dog because she won't stop. And I feel on Facebook and YouTube, I don't get fed people selling me stuff. I get fed people that are promoting something on their channel as an ad, which I don't feel as bad or something. I don't know how to describe it, but it's where I prefer to watch my content. Part of me does feel sorry for her, because if you think back to the first round of influencers from YouTube 2015, 2016, and there was Nikki Tutorials who did her first brand deal. She was one of the first ones to do it. Was it with Dose of Colors or some brand like that? Anyway, so she got paid, I think it was $50,000, when actually she made the brand an obscene amount of money at the time, that she should have got paid millions for that. There was no proper agreement or negotiation going on. It was all so new. And then I think it was Jeffree Stars pointed out you should have made way more money than that, and then brands started following suit and started paying influencers more. And I do think influencers are worth what they're getting paid, but Michaela is one of the first super big TikTokers in the beauty. I think we can all agree on that. She's one of the biggest ones. So I think there was no way of navigating it the same way when people on YouTube were first doing sponsorships and stuff. There was no way for them to navigate that, because there was no rules in place that they had to tell people, and they didn't know if they had to. And brands I think brands would have known that they should have been telling their followers, but also knew that it just would be better if they didn't tell their followers that they were getting paid. The big part of me in saying all this, where I'm I think for a long time she obviously didn't really know what she was doing, didn't know where it was going. And I think it happened so fast for her, from nothing to everything, that I think she probably should have got a bit more guidance in the situation than she did. In that she's like, I've been online for 6 years now and I've really just like lost myself and everything like that. And I just think, but you've had 6 years to grow and learn from every experience you've had, and you've chose not to. And right after making this big long post that was super emotional, when I watched it, I was like, you go girl, you change it, you do what you need to do. She immediately sells Let Me Pearl, and there's that guy, Be Better, is that his name? I might insert some of his clip, but he basically talks about he wouldn't use Kourtney Kardashian's brand because it says proprietary blends, which basically means it tells you there is 3 ingredients and there is 100 mils of these 3 ingredients, proprietary blend, which means if you have 3 ingredients, you don't know what's 10, 20, 30% of each ingredient. So you don't know if that one ingredient that you need is the one that you need. So yeah, that was just like a kind of a red flag for me. And now she's since posted some perfume brand that makes her get laid, and she's posted like just all different kind of trips she's on at the moment, which essentially is like fine because that's kind of her job, to show off her life. But I think when you post like a big long video about wanting to be more relatable to your audience, but then in the next breath you end up posting this video that is just about selling a product, that is just something that didn't sit right with me at all and really confused me, if I'm completely honest. That's been coming up quite recently in the Michaela Spear world is her voice. And I think for me, I'm kind of mixed on my notes. I'm kind of mixed on my opinion of her voice because, one, I think everybody has a customer service voice. And honestly, if you heard me in person, I'd probably sound really different. So I think her Kim Kardashian voice is obviously put on because it makes people stop and look at the video. So I don't really think... Another thing I don't really want to discuss while I'm talking about her is her husband and anything going on with him, because he came up a lot in like looking up videos, kind of looking up different things to add into this video, and I just don't think it's appropriate to really comment on him at all. Anybody really, like even if you've gone through the same struggles as him, he, as far as I'm aware, like he doesn't really have a social media presence. He still goes out and does his 9-to-5 job. He's not just riding off Michaela or anything like that. Like other couples, they like do social media together. They don't do social media together. He's in her post. He lets her like film like videos together and stuff, I guess, for her social media, but he's not a part of it. So I didn't really want to talk about him so much. Honestly, slightly confused why she gets as much hate as she does. I mean, I know she's lied about like certain like brands, you know, like the eyelash gate and stuff, but I don't know why people hate on her so much. I think it is one of those things where it kind of comes down to like jealousy for a lot of people. You know, how quick she kind of rose in the ranks of being an influencer and stuff, but just navigating the world. And I think that's something that people seem to forget, is actually she's still human. And like the let me purr ad, I don't think it's something that I would do, but depending how much I was willing to get paid, maybe. But I think knowing the brand as a human, I think, you know, is different. But I think what was most interesting about her video was the fact that she said she met up with an old friend and just realized she's kind of out of touch and stuff. And I think that's because she probably just doesn't surround herself with enough people that kind of correct her on her stuff. You know, like say like she's with like her husband and he probably doesn't correct her because he's not part of the industry, he's not part of the world, so why would he correct her? But I think it's like one of those things that I think everyone just kind of has to be a bit nicer to humans in general. Like just be nicer. Like she's still a human, she's still learning. But one interesting thing in her post was in her video was like, I know this isn't forever and all this, and I kind of feel like she's just taking every opportunity as it comes. And I don't think there's many people that would say they wouldn't take the opportunities. She's 17.4 today million followers on TikTok alone. I didn't even bother checking other platforms to see, because TikTok is obviously like her main thing. But 17.4 million followers. She gets so much hate for literally anything she does. If she posts her husband too much, she's oversharing. She doesn't post him enough, they're not together anymore. If she like changes her voice slightly, if she like doesn't, it's like she gets critiqued for quite a lot. So I think in my conclusion of it is, I just think like leave her alone a little. I don't think anything she does is inherently harmful. It's just unethical to, for example, the Lashgate stitch, or to promote Let Me Purr, when actually like her vagina does what it needs to do. You don't need to take vitamins for it. Try some pineapple juice or something if you want, but it's giving women an insecurity, and I think that is the problem. I think you do, as an influencer, you do have to kind of look at your comments, because you want to know what like your fans are into and what people want you to post and stuff. But I think she fixates, because I'm big onto what you think about and what you consume and law of attraction and stuff. So I think she's in a weird one, because it's like she wants to attract and kind of attracts a lot of negativity, but then at the same time she has this really big flamboyant life, you know, lives in like $1 million house, and she's just been to the Super Bowl, and I think she did that herself. And you know, she has a makeup brand, like she does really well for herself. So it's a really confusing one to me, that she lives kind of two sides of it. So I think I'm just confused by the post she made. And then she posted about the Let Me Purr, she posted about this perfume, and she's also posted like a tray of like new products that she's tried. Things, you know, just be careful who you're watching, be careful who you're consuming, because she's come out saying that everything's fake, and she's coming out with all these products that are talking about her sex life and stuff. So if it's something you're not into, again, like I say about other people I talk about, just don't watch them. I follow her. I occasionally stop and watch a video, and other times I don't mind consuming her. But I think if it gets that bad that you have to leave such a nasty hate comment, I think just don't watch, don't consume her content. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave today's video at that opinion. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next one.